let me do this so if we can have a recording for later. Okay, let's do this. Let's do our warm up. All right. So that I think that works for you. How's the wind there? Your comfort is of the utmost.
Oh, there's somebody coming.
Oh,
Is it
oh, it's Miriam. Okay, we're gonna hold off for Miriam.
the grass is really wet, I gotta tell you.
Oh, let's.
But that's okay.
Okay. Oh, this is good.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'm just commenting, the grass.
So, oh well, Dee has an appointment, so let's get going. Now.
Okay.
Just, you can move. I can move back.
I'm fine.
Let's go in here. Huh?
I'll shout to Mary.
It's really pleasant in the sun. You can stand here if you want. We decided to move here for the wind, Miriam. Because it was a little windy here. And we couldn't find any spot. And then let's in here.
Thank you. Sorry,
Oh, that's
I've been up since 4, but I couldn't get off.
I can't believe up since 4 already. So let's go in here. And then exhale. You take it nice and easy. No class next week, Miriam. I'm out of town.
Olympia,
Yeah.
all the way to Greece.
Yeah, all the way to Greece. I have to complain Father Zeus about the lack of thunderbolts. And I know he's around here because we see the eagles.
Oh,
That's Zeus's
my Greek mythology is a little rusty.
thing, the eagles. These here, yeah.
Does she ever come to class?
You have to ask her. Right, inhale. Inhale and exhale. And ready. And let's relax. Let's inhale up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay. I really do like these exercises just because they're just really good for the forearm and the elbow.
Yeah.
And also help, yeah, and it helps. I think it really also helps with your grip strength, and it just open those joints up, stretch them, give up a little bit of strength. I have found the cure. I realized I have found the cure to tennis elbow.
Should publish.
Yeah, the cure. You know what the cure is? Don't do whatever was causing you tennis elbow for 2 years. or a pandemic. A global pandemic will cure your tennis elbow.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. A terrible tennis elbow.
Did you play tennis?
I bowl.
Oh,
I bowl.
so it's really bowling out.
It was actually bowling elbow, but it's a similar condition. And while I was bowling, I had tennis elbow in one hand and golfer's elbow on the other. So tennis elbow is when the
So you're gonna take up pool next?
No. So tennis elbow is on the outside, and golfer's elbow is on the inside.
Well, tennis never seems to be my game. The idea of running and sweating at the same time. I did play golf.
Really? Were you good at it?
No, I was average 4, but I had a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
I was a very non-competitive golfer.
Well, there you are. That's the way to do it, I think. I played just for a little bit, and I don't know why. I just took it up. Okay, because my first wife, I was a lawyer, so You should be. And
First spouses always have weird ideas. Mine thought I should stay home and be a housewife. Well, that didn't work.
oh my God, really? That Bill, oh, not Bill.
Bill, I saw it once, but
Well, I have that class on
most of
Thursday.
the guys go to the Thursday.
Yeah, because that's 10 o'clock. He likes it.
Manly class.
Well, you got a taste of it.
I liked it.
Okay. Let's just do a couple. Okay, so we had speaking of Thursday class, we'll go ahead and do our self reeling. So one of the good things I think about the self reeling, it gets both feet to work at the same, both legs to work at the same time, and moves the joints. So we'll just start nice and easy. So make sure you have your knees slightly bent and your hips slightly flexed. Okay. Put one hand here. We'll make it very traditional. Put that right in the space where the hip and leg meet. Put one hand out. And this hand is slightly, one good landmark is hand and foot, so not back here, hand over foot. And then make sure this is relaxed. And feel how the arm and the body connect, okay? This hand can just rest. And we're just gonna the hand's gonna fall and then feel like you gonna fall. And then turn the hip very slightly up. Turn the hip very slightly. We're going to change this very slightly, but just feel as you fall, the hand falls. As you rise, the hand rises. Okay. Now we'll make it real traditional. Put the fingertips here, like right below the belly button. And imagine as you move, you can feel the belly button move as the hand moves. So they all work together. And the legs and knees. Now watch your knees, make sure they don't fold in. So that's really, yeah, much better, Ken. There you go. Make sure that you create that arch in your foot to help your knee. Just breathe, just go slow. Allow the weight of the arm to drop. Very good. Now see if you can get a little bit of this feeling of everything is winding in the bicycle. Okay, wind. Oh, very nice. There you go. You can let the hand spiral around, let the hand work with that turning. Are your feet getting cold?
I can't see it.
Oh, behind the grill, that's right. Sorry. Just nice and easy. You feel your legs work with this. We're going to take the legs out. Just double check that you're not torquing your knee. That is really important. You can even have a shorter stance. You don't need a wider stance. Okay, so try the other side to start with. We'll start here. Get used to. I'm gonna move deep here with it.
You're gonna move me, huh?
With Karen and Miriam. Okay, ready? All right, so let's try the other side. You just drop. Turn it up a little. Turn it up. Let the elbow make sure the other stays nice. Right up. Just feel the feet push you from side to side. Feel the legs push you from side to side. So you can feel like your medial gluteus maximus muscle, medial muscle push you from side to side, so side of your bum to the other side of it. The British turn. The proper British turn. Feel how working those big hip muscles, working the hip muscles to move you around. You're not moving, you're not using your knee to move you around, you're using the hip muscle. Good. Okay, let's make it a little more complicated. We'll just try. So these are hands at the claw. So one hand goes down and one hand goes up. So this is the direction, right? So one. And then you can put the hands, and you could split them. And imagine push. 6 and 12. Turn the palms. Let's get the hand work first. But now I really want to work with the lower body, the hip, the feet, and the legs. So I keep going up. Oh, very effective. Very nice. Very good. So, and then there, when the upper hand comes up, oh, push. Yeah, there you go. Very nice. Nice and alive. And come to the middle. Imagine you have a ball and circle the ball around. And then, there you go. Okay, let's start here. Now we're going to try the other way. But first, we have to figure out how to do the other way. Take your arm. This use those leg muscles, use those hip muscles to move from side to side. Yeah. If you like to get a little bit more muscle, like you can really think of pushing the thighs apart. See how that hooks into the hips. Maybe push the thighs apart and drive down through the heels. Keep the upper body nice and relaxed. Good. Do one more. Lift the lunge a little bit. We can straighten it out a little bit.
Museum closed.
And now we'll do just a forward push. I'll do a little side view with the push, by the way. So when you do the push, make sure you like not lean back. Okay. So to do that, not lean back, you have to have this angle. You have to flex a little bit in the hip. So if your hip is stiff, you're going to be doing this. So it doesn't. You don't need to go deep. You keep saying to yourself, just get that little flex and that little bit of flex. It's a very big. Feel the leg move in the pelvis. But the longest time, and let's go for now. So when we do the push, we just so instead of leaning back and pushing, we sit back in the hip and then push in the hip. Yeah. And then hands, just like we did before. Like as we go, the hands just drop. They go forward. And you can let the hands get the hip done first, and then let the hands kind of go. So watch the back knee. Make sure it stays in line with the foot. So have a little bit of strength in the adductors. One of those. Yeah, one of those. When you close, it's adductors, like you add, and then ab is abstract. Or maybe like subtract. Nice and relax. You can think of like the weight just falls on the back foot, and really the weight to not settle into your knee. You do not want the weight to settle into your knee. So imagine the knee is just a transfer point, and the weight just settles into the back foot, into the heel. Just inhale and exhale. Make sure, let's try inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Or it could be more comfortable to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. That's fine. We want to try to avoid mouth breathing. There's been a lot of research how detrimental that is.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I just thought it was abstract.
Huh?
No.
Oh yeah, you have to try to get it be a note. There's a lot of research about like how it can. One, it's inefficient compared to nose breathing is much more efficient. You'll have to read the book I'm reading.
Okay.
There's several studies at universities that done it. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. definitely much more efficient to be mouth breather. And then they sort of like mouth breathers have like a higher instance of high blood pressure. And our favorite two people on the internet, Bob and Brad, the internet's most famous physical therapists, in their opinion, of course. Bob, he's the tall one. He started getting hypertension, like he was like pre-hyper. Well, he was more than pre-hyper. He's like he got to be 140, 150, which is high, and and so he said the two solutions was, I read the research on breathing and flaxseed. Yeah, breathing and that. But so he started having his flax seeds in the morning, but he started focusing on nasal breathing, and he got one of those things you put on your nose at night.
Oh, I tried one of those. When you rip it off, it like takes the hide.
Oh, what the thing with that is I'm doing that now. I use hot water towel, and it softens the glue.
Oh, good, because it was like.
Yeah, so you have to use a hot water and a towel.
What is it? Oh, we have, no, I know what it's supposed to do. What is it? I was saying that once you stick it on there, trying to get it off, like you need
It's really good, I
plastic
know.
surgery.
I gave myself a bruise trying to take it off one time.
Okay, so that just makes.
So I tried to take hot water on the towel and then soften it, and it comes off really easy. So I've been doing that. I've been doing because I've had some like really high blood pressure numbers. Yeah, and so now they're like in the teens, in the 70s, over 70s. That is right. If it's 130 over 90, you don't have high blood pressure in Japan.
Oh, really?
If you're at a certain age, yeah. So that would be like at your age, that 130 over 90 would be like ideal if you're Japanese.
Have you tried to?
Yeah. Check that one too. Just nice and relaxed. Okay, let's do hands, and we're going to use the cloud like we did the silk reeling. We're going to try the cloud hands with the idea of the silk reeling, moving with the body and the hip. Ready? So let's try the cloud hands. We'll work on some form. Try to keep the body upright, so I don't want to try not to lean over. Get that hip. This is a mobility range. It's easy. One. Shifting, but with the hip. Keeping the knee nice and aligned with the foot. It's starting out to be a really sunny day. It's going to probably be cloudy for most of the day. So when you come to one hip, I kind of relax to that hip, slide over. You feel like you just relax into the hip, which relaxes the weight into your legs. Just be careful of your knee. So like when I come here, I almost like kind of just relax into my hip. This will help you as we do our hands. We won't do too much form today because we're trying to protect ourselves from the wind, and we're in a smaller space. We'll just do parts of the form. Okay, that's relaxing. Yeah.
Like, I brought my iPad. I thought about doing.
But we're in the
California.
Oh yeah. That's all right. Okay. Oh, Pasadena. Yeah. Okay. So let's do some other stuff out of the form we looked at last week, which was just the which we don't get to do so much, was the pit tiger. Right? So the cloud hand kind of goes out, pit tiger goes in. Right? So cloud hands goes out to the outside from the inside to the outside. That's cloud hands. Pit tiger goes from the outside to the inside. Outside. So let's just go nice and slow. We'll just do it feet even first. And so slight bend in the knees over the feet, slight bend in the hip, upright. Take a nice deep breath. Let's go one hand. Have this one just ready. Down. And when I go down, turn a little bit of the hip. And then turn a little bit of the hip into the other way. Body upright. And feel how the hip moves as you move the body. Notice how the weight changes as you move. Relax. Keep the shoulder relaxed. Easy. Feel the weight of the arm sink. Really get the sense how the weight of your arm. Now, when it comes up, the fist is not too far to the side, so it's still ahead, still in this kind of slightly ahead of you. So I don't lift it right out to the side, just lift it off to the hand. Add a little bit of wrist work. So up and then turn the fist over. Now from just this position here, we're just going to step out. So the same foot that goes out, the foot goes out is the hand that's up. Step out, one, drop, step back as you drop, step out with the other foot. Two, step back as you drop, and step out with the other foot. Step the time. See if you can get this kind of a flow. So this is like cloud hands, except the hands go a different direction. As you step back slowly and just learn to see how you transfer that weight from foot to foot. So I'm kind of on one foot and then I'm going to transfer and then shift. Is it confused? So I face the other way? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just hit it.
Oh, now you guys are getting more of a workout than I am because it's a much better workout to be on that kind of surface. Yeah. It requires more your stabilizing muscles to work, and your core has to work a little bit harder than on the flat surface. So if I have a motion. Good. Couple more, I guess. This is kind of a new move. We hardly do this one.
Yeah, it feels a little.
It's a little different, huh? It's a little bit different. Oh, good. Let's do a little bit of one leg stuff. No, you guys can feel free to come back on the concrete. You know, this is a little harder on the grass. But let's switch. You guys go on the concrete. I'll go on the surface. We'll put D right here by the barbecue.
I'm getting fried, huh?
All right. Yeah, so yeah, don't fall on the table. Right. But nice even surface, just kind of get a sense of where you are. Okay, we're just gonna work we go golden rooster stance on the leg. Okay, so you know all the requirements, right? All the requirements. So get a sense of your feet. Okay, we're gonna pick which foot you want to which knee you're gonna lift, not necessarily the foot. Think of lifting your knee, or actually think of a forward. Engage your core a little. And only go as high as is comfortable, right? So I don't want you to go so high, you know, depending on the flexibility level. I don't want you to go so high that you have to do this. I'd rather you just, if you can only do this, you keep good posture. That's better than trying to do this. Okay, so don't try to go as high as, just go to your comfort. So let's go. Same hand, same leg. Try to be upright. Good job. Okay. So really engage your core. Think of your core. Now just go down with your feet. Work on your posture. And you could slow it down. Now if it's too much of a challenge, you can just do this. Okay. So you're strengthening the standing leg and lightening the not standing leg. You can just do this. But work on your posture. It's more important to have good posture because that will lead to being able to do this. Take your time. Balance is a skill, it's not necessarily an ingrained ability.
What are you doing?
Yeah, just make it a little bit just, you can go just to here. Just feel that stability there. And then just challenge yourself by lifting from the hip. It's interesting because if you think of lifting from the foot, it has a different feel. If you think of lifting from a knee, it has a different feel. If you think of kind of moving the hip, it has a different feel. Right, yes. So just think of moving from your hip. We're going to challenge you some more. It won't be that hard. Okay, so we're doing same hand, same foot. Let's try opposite. So one hand, one knee, the other hand. This is not in the form. The form is the same side, but we'll just try this. And you might find that easy. It's good for the brain. The bottom hand is use energy in the bottom hand. So like you imagine you're pushing a table or holding or you're resting your hand on the table. Imagine that table is giving you that balance. It's nice and easy. You can just peel it off like that. If you want, you can switch that. This. Now, if you really want to do something, you should let me do this because I get all these ideas. Okay. That's true. So come on up with one. Put one hand here and try your silk breathing.
Breathe through your nose.
Breathe through your nose. Okay, we'll do it one more time. And we'll look at it a little bit. So I wanted to give you some ideas to challenge yourself with the Tai Chi form. It's not, my teacher, George Shu, he used to say, don't be a slave to the routine. Don't be a slave to the routine. Because like he was really very into like exploring what you could do with the postures and what to do with really exploring what to do with the movements. You get the idea of movement and posture and alignment and moving from the center. Then go ahead and explore the different movements and things don't necessarily be always the same thing. Okay, so maybe I'll give you guys a rest for a little bit and we'll do maybe a little bit. So I think you know, go out in the grass. Go out in the grass, we'll do a little bit of this. So I'll go ahead and move D around. Sorry, D, moving you all over the place here. Okay, so you be like this, fine. This is so 60s, like we're doing Tai Chi. pretty. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have to give it to you the flames. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's do a little bit of the four. So. This is kind of good to do it on the surface. So to give you chances of that. So just feel the ground, your feet. Let it start again. You have to adjust a little bit. You have to do it and maintain your posture. And above all, really keep your knees up like that. So this is perfect. But you have to go really slow to be careful. If I put my foot down, it's just so you transfer the weight. What is the foot doing on the ground? So you know that you're stepping up the stage. I probably pretty much here people walk it down. You just go back. Put the power into my left foot. Forward. What's up? So by using turn the pelvis to turn the foot and really watch. Okay, as we set now, we can do one leg step right here. Okay, now because of the surface is a little uneven, I want you to make sure that you don't torque your ankle. Just go slow. Really explore the ground with your foot. You can get. It's kind of like, think of the ground like you're going on a date with somebody, and if you want to marry him, you better make sure you know what you're getting yourself into.
The voice of experience.
Oh, sorry, I have this. Okay, here we go. One more time. Two. So, practicing on this type of surface is very instructional. Maneuver. I don't think picture. Sorry, Steve.
It's all right. Karen's in the picture.
Okay. So now it's a one leg motion. Look at someone that notices the ground. See what you have to do to keep yourself in balance. kind of like a stationary place. We'll move to the front bit of great tiger we talked about. It's okay, just turn anywhere you want. So you just go ahead and as you get to that's a shoe. Say don't be a slave. Yeah, we do are stepping back. This is going to be more challenging because it's just so you need a So this is kind of a little bit more challenging because you're going to lift your foot up, and when you place it, it's just a safe place to place your foot. Would be the transition to diagonal flight. You guys, when you get home, make sure you change your socks from where it's kind of wet. Okay, so here we are with the hippopotamus. And imagine you have that bar stool behind you. You want to reach for the bar stool at this hand coming out. When you go low, you have to sit low. Push on the heel of your back leg. You have power. Just step up this big section. Step up for one hand. Okay, so ready? So here you're gonna go one. Open. Okay, so for the kick, just just keep it right here. You don't have to lift the foot up if you don't have to. Hold the knee up. Just make it nice. But notice how you have to learn how to feel how you transfer the weight and how you have to engage the core, you need to pull the knee up. Do the transition. So with the transition, I'm just going to settle my feet, make it nice and simple. Do this. Okay, and you guys can just face me some of these things. I will just do frustrated. This kind of become like a good two-person thing. So let's do the turn and chop. I don't know if it's really chop.
Bob, thank you very much.
If you do the full form in a long time, this is kind of good. Really focus on do this on the surface. Open. We have another tip that just do what you can, which is just keeping the weight on one leg strong. And you can just pull, flex it this way. So you can extend the knee. Then step down. Okay, so now we're gonna do our hit tiger. This is a little warm up. This time we step out. Hit tiger left. The upper hand drops down the center. And we come out. Go back. We do another kick. So the second section has almost all the kicks. You put your foot down. Does it? Double one, two, three. Take your time. So you commit your weight to that foot. Make sure your foot, your knee, everything is stable. And when you step up, when you step through, think of just releasing the heel. And we're going to just step back and then we just step back. Move along. Look down, turn the pelvis, turn to the left. Come out to the left. Yeah, punch. Exactly. We probably ever do the whole thing. We're going to try to do this most of the whole thing. So just take your time to look around. I'll make it easy.
I gotta get back where I can see you.
Okay. So let's do some. Drop one. Just look straight to the side. Go back. Let's just see what I'm going to try to take a look at the front. This is a lot like the walker. It's a difference. Good. Look at these two there. Very good. Next move. Just drop your hand. We go step it. Step it. work out to the traditional. I said. So I won't do all four. And let's go step out to the left. Okay, so here we're going to sit back. This is one leg. Step down to the other one. Push. Notice the repetition. Push. Look at the posture. This is good. Almost finished with the whole thing. You already know most of the moves. Just don't know that they just call it. Step up. Okay. Hold his hand towards you. Yeah, this is a move we don't often do. Lower this one, stick this one above. For a wide step. Trying to hold it. Hold. Step through and do that step in. Coming with the final punch. So we're going to post. So before we post, we're going to do our little bit of Chico watch. We'll put this on YouTube. I've been like a little lazy about the YouTube. Okay, now I have to admit that I often have typed